Well, you know what they say, kids. History always fucking repeats itself. I know, shocking, right? The guy who fucking was the cause of pretty much every fucking change to the top, like, three in the past couple years is actually a fucking fraud. Anyways, hi guys. I know most people don't give a fuck about me anymore, and well, no one ever really did, except for that one video I made on Brandon fucking Larkin. But yeah, I'm not into this game anymore. If you can't tell, I've been playing other games on my channel, and I'm not into it anymore. But I decided, you know what? Let's just talk about the most recent drama. That's probably like the biggest drama in Geometry Dash in like fucking 5 years, which is Space UK basically being the Shmooey of GD, where he basically faked his entire damn career. And yes, I mean his entire damn career. Just like Shmooey, he tried to fucking make it look like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. I only cheated a couple accomplishments. You know, like how Shmooey said it was only like these three accomplishments, and Space UK said, oh, I only cheated everything after the top 75. What? And then guess what happens? Someone finds out that there's a way to figure out that if he actually cheated literally everything he's ever uploaded. So he deleted his channel, which is a pretty goddamn cowardly thing to do when you're being accused of cheating your whole damn career. But you know, I guess it's just how the quirky how the having a stroke happens. You know. You just fucking you get called out for something, you just delete everything and sweep it under the rug. So maybe a couple of years from now, Space UK will return and act like nothing ever happened, which is just so yeah, that I think that alone just crowns Space UK's to this year's biggest loser with this fucking game. Which I mean, if you are a top player in this game, you most likely are a loser anyways. But unless you're like fucking Doggy, which even that I don't watch his content and haven't watched a single video from him in a long time. But that's a duty for another day. I don't care for top players. In fact, they're like the main reason why I quit the game. People like Space UK were he was like one of the main reasons why I fucking quit, where he's just the guy who just downloaded the game and like within a week was better than I could be in like 3 years. It's like that's the type of shit that demotivated me and made me uninstall the game randomly one day. So that's why I'm just personally overjoyed that he's being fucking exiled from the community because I wanted an excuse to hate him. Yes, I'm being serious with you. Sometimes I just like I don't admit it, but sometimes I just want an excuse to hate someone, like with just a GD player. Like when he fucking first tried to sell a layout, I was like, oh, finally, an excuse to hate this asshole. Fucking the same thing goes for Space UK. And people like him and Diamond, where might as well be the same damn person, personality wise, where they're just egotistical fuckheads, and their only personality is their douchebag who's good at the game, and there's no other personality to them. There's no good qualities other than that they're good at the game. And with Zoink, he's just a fucking douchebag even more. He's like done racist shit in the past, and the entire community just looks past it because, oh, he verified Acheron. Oh my god, he's so cool. Which is just another one of the reasons why I fucking quit the game, because I just refuse to associate myself with that fucking dark shit. Um, yeah, so Space UK is, yes, he's a hacker. Everyone knows this now. Everyone's been knowing this for a couple days now, and it's probably been one of the biggest fucking dramas in this community since, I don't know, since the last fucking player came out to be a fucking fraud. I don't remember when the last one was. Probably Noctifly, as most people would say. I don't really know or care at this point, because drama in this community is about as interesting as fucking piss on a pavement. No one cares. It's already dried. You can't clean it up. It's just there forever. So, my opinion on the whole Space UK cheated everything situation is, wow, you fucking suck, dude. You would not only make people like me feel like shit for not being able to improve nearly as fast as you, which I know is not the right mindset, but it's still a thing that causes. And when you're not even good at the game, it's just even more scummy. It's just to fucking do that and then cheat their way to the top of the GD awards twice in a row and fucking hack what was the top one in the game for pretty much 2 years. Well, not no more like a year and a half, because every single time it went down, it went back up again, because he was like, actually my level's harder, because we all just loved that dick measuring contest where Cursed Diamond and Space UK's verifications were all just like they're all trying to argue. Actually, mine's harder. No, mine's harder. That sounds like you see what I mean? It sounds like a dick measuring contest. My dick is harder than yours. Which, I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm not trying to say that Space UK being a cheater means that someone like Diamond or Cursed is a cheater or Zoink is a cheater. Not that I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Zoink fucking is the motherfucker who verified a top one and still buff dated it after the fact. Just for no reason, just to be like, look how good I am at the game, guys. I just beat the top one again, but even harder. See, my opinion with that is, look back at Thanatos from like 6 years ago. That level was buff dated for no fucking reason constantly. And guess what? That wasn't done legitimately either. Like, any level in this game, no matter how hard it is, if you buff date it for no fucking reason, and like not even like a balancing, if you just buff every single part just for the sake of it, just for the sake of making it go higher on the list, there's about a 99.9% chance that it's probably not legitimate. I'm just gonna be real here. I don't think Zoink is a legitimate player, and that's not just me having the bias that he's a fucking asshole. I just fucking I don't understand, like, people like soulless top players like this. I don't know how the fuck they can get so good and yet be so unlikable. You would think that they would at least have some sort of fucking form of personality. Some people say Space UK was funny. I never really thought that. I just thought he was just annoying. I thought he was just douchey. The only time I ever watched his streams, I'm like, wow, I want to fucking punch this guy. I don't really know what else to say without fucking delving into why this shit made me quit the game. Like, it's so demotivating to see someone who can beat an extreme in literally a fucking sight read, and you not being able to do it over the course of like a couple years. It's like I've played this game for 3.5 years before I chose to give up and throw in the towel, and he played for less than that time and accomplished way more than me. Well, at least so we thought, until a couple days ago, where, shocking, I know, he actually didn't do any of that shit that he showed himself off to do. I don't care about your argument of, oh, he made everything look easier because he did it first. That's the same shit people said with Shmooey back in the day. Before I remember finding that video like half a year ago and being like, wow, that's fucked up. You just cheated your entire career as the top player. Well, guess what? That just happened here too. And I don't care what your opinion on him was. He's a fucking asshole for it, and I guarantee you, probably like a year from now, Space UK is gonna probably try and come back to the game under a different alias, and he'll just act like everything's hunky dory, and his stupid fucking fan base will probably actually just be okay with it. Be like, oh, forgive and forget, and they won't even look to see if he's still cheating. See why I fucking wanted to just leave this game now? Because fucking the majority of people who play this game don't even fucking play it. They just care about watching the top one and shit, and if you aren't doing the top one, no one gives a fuck. You're irrelevant. You're not playing every single top 5 in the world, or that doesn't even exist yet. You're not verifying Aquamarine. You're not verifying Aquamarine ×2. No, then you're a nobody. You don't matter. And even people who are like top players sometimes don't get recognition. I remember like seeing a fucking video on like Zodiac that got like fucking a couple hundred views, if that. That just shows, like, even if you're one of the best players at this fucking game, no one cares, because you're not the best of all time. So it's sad. It's sad to think that the community has stooped so fucking low over the course of a couple years. Ever since Slaughterhouse was, well, now hack verified, that basically started the apocalypse, where everything devolved into top one this and top one that. Fucking Northborg's video, I remember, had me all excited, like, oh, so many cool new hard levels. What I didn't realize is that was going to be all what people cared about for the rest of time. And now it is all what people care about. Because Tartarus had people in a drought for like 2 years for new hard levels. And so when they finally got that new hardest level, they finally got that heroin hit, so they just wanted more hits. They just wanted more top ones. They just wanted the difficult skill ceiling to be pushed higher and higher, which that's not a bad thing. But when that's the only thing everyone cares about, what the fuck's the point for someone like me who can't even beat an extreme? It's in a similar state as to how fucking shit like Osu is right now. And I'm not saying that as if I've been playing it for 3.5 years, because I haven't. But when I first like saw how the community was, I'm like, oh wow, that's similar to a certain other game I've been playing for much longer. Cause it's in a state where it's been waiting like 7 years for an update that still doesn't fucking really exist, and there's no telling if it's ever even going to be fully released. And because of that, people are bored and are only caring about the skill ceiling being pushed higher, and anything else is not interesting to them. So you're either the best or you're nothing. And I'm not here to say everyone in this community is a toxic asshole who only cares about someone who can beat Slaughterhouse in 5 minutes. I'm just fucking here to say I don't get why people still play this game. You know that one guy I always forget the name of, who made that video about falling out of the GD community? He said this: why do people still play this game? And that quote, I feel like, is just my opinion on the game at this point. Why do people still fucking play it? It's not fun. It's an unoptimized piece of shit that where the developer is so busy sucking on his own cock that he's too lazy to do any optimization updates. Any. He can't do a single damn thing, and if he says he's going to fix it, he says he will in 2.2. Well, guess what, bitch? That's still not out yet. So to me, it doesn't fucking matter. And he even says that he'll start doing more frequent updates in 2.2. Great! Well, then release this one so you can do more frequent updates. No, you don't want to? You're too busy doing unfunny-ass roasts on Twitter about people's small dicks? Well, then fuck you, I guess. Oh, and also a similarity with Osu and GD is they both have one really popular female creator that everyone simps for, which I find hilarious. I don't really know what else I have to say that values any meaning. I don't think his video values any much meaning either. I just wanted to rant about how much I fucking hate most top players. Not all, but most. And Spaceuk was probably one of the biggest ones of all time, right next to like N-Swish, which I wouldn't be shocked if one day N-Swish gets called out or some shit, because he was even more douchey than people like Spaceuk. And yeah, I'm sorry for turning it into a rant about why I don't play this game anymore. I know, no one came here for that, and no one gives a shit. They're just here to hear me rant about Spaceuk. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video now. Spaceuk, you're a fucking loser. Never come back. No one will miss you. Bye-bye.